Today's video is going to be a tad bit different from what I usually do, and it's on topics that I don't necessarily enjoy covering or want to cover in the future, but I do feel like there is a sense of obligation for me to prevent certain things happening to this game in the media, specifically the social media part of the internet. However, before I get into any of that, because it's going to be a long discussion, it is unscripted, it's going to sound preachy, and as always, you are not advised to even take what I say to heart. It's a video at the end of the day, and it's just one guy's opinion, so keep that in mind as I continue about the video. But to do this intro properly, after getting that out of the way, hello everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, wherever you are, however you are. Hope you're doing well. I hope every single one of your loved ones are doing great. And today, I have a little bit of new stuff, something for you guys. It's small enough for me to not even bother posting about it. But I will cover it nonetheless because I have promised that I will cover every type of news. But uh, two paragraphs did not feel the need for me to make a 10-minute video on it. So, hello, this is Abe, stage director slash lead environment artist for Ninja Gaiden 4. In this latest installment, the story is set in a Tokyo that has been ravaged by a dark curse. Skyscrapers have been built high into the sky, leaving a seemingly endless abyss below them. The Tokyo depicted in Ninja Gaiden 4 has been twisted into a chaotic, unpredictable world brimming with adversity. I hope you all can experience traversing through this threat-filled world. As Yakumo, the rush of the adrenaline you feel as you overcome adversity, it'll get you hooked. So that's the stage director and lead environment artist. So, how everything looks in the game is monitored and directed by this person. So big thank you to Abe-San. And that is it. A bunch of people asking for stuff, in a nice manner, so it's always refreshing to see. But that's not the focus. And while I'm gonna get into this, I'm as always going to give you guys some background footage. And yes, we're gonna watch this for the 50,000th time. Nothing in them that I'm gonna bring up. Besides maybe one thing that if I see it in the passing, I will bring it up because there is a new thing I noticed. But for the most part, let's get into the controversial topics. But again, before I do that, I will time stamp all these. So if you just want to be here for the news, that's it. That's the timestamp for you. You can, so long. Take care. I'll see you next time. And if you want to be here for the rest of this, I will begin this by saying again, thank you for people that share my content on Twitter. It means a lot because I like to spread the good word, and seeing other people spreading good words and excitement on the game just makes me happy. It makes it all worth it. And again, for the people that were worried about my eye, everything's fine. I'm just a little fatigued and my throat hurts. It feels like I have like cold symptoms, but it's just literally fatigue apparently. But yeah, thank you for your concerns. I'm doing great. I'm fine. And that's it. I just wanted to thank you guys so much. And again, I'm gonna say this too. If I don't reply to you in the comments, it's probably because it escaped me. Because usually I try to reply to everything, and when I and there's too much, I just go on the video, sort by new, and I just go through all your comments. But sometimes if it's a reply to a different comment, when I sort it by new, it doesn't pop up there. I actually will find the comment itself. So apologies if you ask me a question I haven't answered. I'll try my best to monitor those a little bit more. Now, get into the meaty part of this, which is going to be the topic of Ninja Gaiden 4, of course, and when the game is close to release slash early review copies. Now, there's a couple of things I have to break down before I even get to that. There's a lot of setup for this because, as I said, it's going to be preachy, but I guess the only thing I can say is that trust me on this. But I've been in the field for a long time, for 12 years. Um, Professionally 10 years, but for 12 years I've been in the field of game development, and from basic just sketching to concept to level designing to environment design, and now modeling and all that, and art director now. So I've been in the, and I do take marketing I have to attend some marketing meetings because I'm trying to train myself in every field of game development because I have plans for myself later. I want to potentially do some stuff with some IPs I like if I ever get the chance to. So, as I said, when I say trust me on this, I do mean trust me on this. But there has been a meta going around recently with reviews and how people like to review video games, especially if they are big content creators slash, you know, a journalist slash news article, your IGNs, your Game Informers, your and so people, content creator. I'm not gonna name anybody specifically here because I don't want to target anybody. I don't want to, that's not the objective here. My objective here is to enlighten you guys. Again, this is gonna sound preachy, and enlighten you guys in the sense of like read between the lines of the meta dialogue that's going on with people when they review something. So if you do watch a lot of reviews, you're probably gonna catch on to this extremely fast is that when people review video games now, there is always a comparison piece, and there's always, when they cover bad, they have to cover the good. And when they cover the good, they have to say something bad about the game. So they deliberately, again, they being whoever, I'm not naming anybody here, but reviewers, whatever their profession may be in the field, deliberately always make a point to point out something very negative about it and then immediately cover it up with something good and then say something good about it and then immediately bash it by saying something bad about it. That's been the meta of reviews. And the scene of YouTube specifically is large with Souls like content creators. It's the largest and most cared about portion of the action game media right now. So, again, no names, but you know exactly the people that I will be hinting at that the way they review things is that their main occupation on YouTube is that my whole personality revolves around playing Souls games. Souls games are my favorite. Souls games are what I prefer to play. Souls games are wonderful to me, and everything else has to tickle my brain in the same exact way. Otherwise, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 for no reason at all. Right? So the meta discussion has always been this. Like, if you guys remember the infamous too much water IGN 7 out of 10. Yeah, that was a thing. Too much water. I think it was a Pokemon game. IGN apparently gave um a Pokemon game, a negative score on having too much water. These are uh archived. So if you think I'm joking, go search it up on anything, honestly. Too much water IGN, you'll definitely get a search result on it. But again, not to call it out, but IGN is the biggest gaming news, so I have to mention them by name. Um, Other content creators in the recent days have complained that a certain game, being Lost Soulside, has too much fighting in it, and too many enemies, and too many boss fights. Which I find ironic because those same points are always very much, and I do mean very much, praised in Souls games. It's like, oh my gosh, there's so many boss variety. Even though your bosses are not even like 1/10 as interactive as an action game, especially Lost Soul aside. Not even like it's not even that their bosses are unique or anything. They're reskins with one or two new moves thrown in there, and but somehow those get praised. And for some reason, a game like Lost Soul aside, that people talk about like it's a negative. It's like, hey, in an action game, it's bad that you fight too much, and it's bad that you have a lot of boss fight. It's like, am I missing something here? So, and another thing, Wukong is a split between a Souls and action game, mostly Souls till you beat the game. Then it turns into a kind of pure action game, which is a good balance. You drag people that are less capable, and I do mean that you're less capable being the um term I want to use here for people that can't grasp action games as fast as others can. Some people can get thrown in like Master Ninja and Ninja Gaiden 2 and 20 no no 2008 version of it, and then after like 5 deaths, they'll get the hang of it. And other people will just die there for like 30 times and they quit, close the game. That's the lesser capable people I'm talking about. Do not take it offensively. There is a difference in skill and adaptation. That's what I'm trying to use as a thing. So if my wording upsets you, after I explain what I mean by it, that's kind of falls on you. I'm not responsible for your emotions. But moving past that, the there is a little bit of a contradictory statements here, and because people are biased, no matter what they want to say, no matter how objective they want to like sound like, they never are. Um, and I'll be the first to admit to this. I am biased. I am very DMC biased. Extremely DMC biased, actually. It's my favorite franchise. It's the whole reason why I am who I am today, right? But the thing I can admit is that I would never want any other game to play like DMC. I don't even want to think about a universe where every game that comes out has weapon switching, enemy juggling, DT bars, and I do not want that. I want DMC to do that because it's a DMC thing. I want Bayo to slow down time when there's dodging and stuff like that. And I want Ninja Gaiden to be a fluent kill immediately in the most brutal way and the most clean way possible. That's what's Ninja Gaiden. I want games to stick to the identity. However, I am not against that identity being refined. In Ninja Gaiden 4 case, you have perfect dodges and perfect blocks. That is not a mechanic that's. I mean, the perfect block was a thing in the very first iteration of Ninja Gaiden 1, but they took it out because it was too powerful. But aside the point, um, perfect blocking and perfect dodging is a thing that's not in Ninja Gaiden's identity. You dodge, that's it. You block, that's it. That used to be the thing you could do, but now they refined it by adding this extra depth to it that will get in the way sometimes. As much as I like it and I'm down for the improvements, I know for a fact sometimes I would just want to normal dodge and my character is going to perfect dodge. Just coincidentally because I timed it accidentally, right? And that's going to get in the way. That's going to throw my flow off. I know it's going to be an obstacle for someone that's used to playing classic Ninja Gaiden where perfect anything is not a factor. No just framing, nothing. The only just frame you have that is not even something unique is when you get let go of the UT on time as soon as you get the level 2 charge. You don't get any special treatment for doing that. It's just a skill you develop because you'll get used to the sound timing or just the vibration timing and all that, whichever you use to release the button on. But things like that. They're improvements. However, I like those improvements. I think that's good. Weapon switching, absolutely. I think it's a good thing in Ninja Gaiden. Air combos, from what I saw, it's not air combos. You're just doing air strings. And I promise you, if you do that in anything but like normal mode, you will get immediately punished for it. So the only times you'll be able to style on an opponent in the air, if it's under two conditions. It's either the final enemy in that wave, or every other enemy in the field you're fighting is extremely grounded and they have no air mobility, which I don't think will. Maybe one enemy will be like that, but I think all the enemies have an anti-air option. Case in point, rocket launchers. Second case in point, this guy jumps 40 feet in the air. And the other footage has like even more, but staying on point. Improvements are nice. Adding to it is good. The identity of Ninja Gaiden is not solid. Everything's there. They just add more stuff on top of it that doesn't collide with the true identity of Ninja Gaiden. So, that being said, bias is the topic here. I am biased, but I would never want something to play like something else. I hate the oversaturation of Souls. Like I hate the oversaturation of shooters, and I despise Battle Royale, regardless of the oversaturation or not. It's just a thing. My preference. You play Fortnite, I hope you have fun. I hate it. But I hope you do have fun. Because it's a video game and you're supposed to have fun. That's how my bias works. I don't like it. I have no opinion on it, and you don't have to listen to my opinion. That's what I say. But other people, content creators specifically, they make reviews. They're highly influential. Their opinion is a thing people go by like it's a commandment on the stone. For some reason, I don't know why people like to think like that. And the problem with that is that when you have someone making a video filled with bullshit and misinformation. But you like listening to that guy because previously they made one video that was, on point. They're spitting facts, quote unquote, and shit like that. It's like, oh yeah, this guy knows what he's talking about. Yeah, in that one instant, maybe he knew, but like everything he's been saying ever since then is dog shit because that's not his field. You made 40 Souls like reviews that are on point. Congratulations. Your Lost Soul aside is reviews ass. Your Valkyrie Elysium review is ass. You're like, because it's not your field. Because your bias is Souls like. That's what you like. Every time you hear me talk about Souls like, what do I say? I don't like them. I don't like them. But if you do play it, I hope you have fun with it. I don't care how many times you guys ask me. I will never do a review for Neo. I'll cover the news on it. I'll cover what I see. Absolutely. I'll help point out the things that are on screen. Absolutely. I will never do a review. I would never even do a walkthrough of it. Not my field. I do not want to subjugate you people to watch something I don't necessarily enjoy. I don't hate Neo, right? I don't. I like it. But I much rather play and spend my time on Ninja Gaiden. That's the point. I like something else. I'm biased towards this thing. So I'm not going to come in here and act like I am a Neo specialist and you shall listen to every word I say because I made a 20-minute video about it. No, I'm not going to involve myself in that. There's people that are good at Neo. There's people that play Neo professionally and they know what they're talking about. And it's not to be elitist or gatekeep, which I do think gatekeeping is good, but hold off on what that is. I will come back to that. I do not mean gatekeeping in the way you think. I'll come back to that. So just chill out. Don't judge too soon. The problem that's going to occur, I'm getting to the meat now. After all that explanation, I'm getting to the meat of it now. This is going to be a long video again. So, if you're bored, take care, man. Don't even worry about it. But the problem here is when Ninja Gaiden 4 drops, the early copies, there's going to be a bunch of clowns on the internet criticizing this game for the same things they praise other games for. I just want everybody that's stuck around this long to keep that in mind when the game drops. I would wholeheartedly say, don't watch a review. Do not even pay mind to people trying to review the game. Right? If you can't afford it, if you are skeptical about buying it, go on the search bar, type in Ninja Gaiden 4 walkthrough part 1, no commentary, and watch something. Watch someone play it that hopefully knows what they're doing. If they don't, even better. Now you know how a bad person can play it. So if you're, not great at these games, you can, scale yourself. And usually watching someone bad play the game kind of makes you want to go, I can do better. Give me the controller. Like, so you end up buying the game and you actually have an objective here. It's like, yeah, look at that. I can do so much better than this moron on screen. And then, that way you enjoy your thing. This is the main reason why I don't watch anybody play anything, because I'm like, oh god, I can't watch a second of this. This guy plays like ass. But point aside, I'm going to bring up another point here about myself. I'm not humble, but I know people on YouTube really love humble people. I used to be humble, but then I realized what I am. People on YouTube like to hear you put yourself down so they can praise you. So then they're responsible for you being cool and good, right? And again, it is appreciated, of course, if it's towards me. But, I know what I am. I don't need validation. I appreciate the nice gestures, but I don't need validation. If you say I'm shit, I'm going to say, yeah, you're right, I'm shit. I'm going to keep on playing how I play. If you say I'm good, I'm going to say I'm not that good. I'm going to stay on the middle ground because I know what I am. I appreciate the nice words, and you're right if you want to insult me. Go for it, man. Like, what you say is not going to change anything about what I am. So that's one thing that I want to put out there. So when I say gatekeeping, the thing that I mean with gatekeeping is like some people should not have opinions on certain pieces. And I feel like everybody should be allowed to play everything. No gatekeeping in that way. My gatekeeping is opinion pieces. I am a game developer. If I walk into a courtroom and tell a judge how to run the courtroom, the cop's going to pull out his gun and arrest me. Because who the hell am I, right? But for some reason in gaming, that's okay. People that don't have any profession, that don't have any actual experience in the field, give opinion pieces on things they know jack about. and people take them seriously. And then those people go and just type away. It's like, yeah, it's like this. How do you know it's like this? This YouTuber guy said it, and how does he know like this? I don't know, but he said it, so it must be true. It kind of follows that trend. So if you got what I'm saying is that when Ninja Gaiden 4 drops, some asshole is gonna say the game is too long. Some nobody, some dog pile piece of shit is gonna say, hey, like this game has too many fighting. It's like, yo, this game has too many combos. Yo, this game has too many strings. This game has too many enemy types. Someone's gonna use depth as a weapon against the game. Someone's gonna use creativity as a weapon against the game. Someone's gonna use the fact that, hey, I just want to press one button and do everything. Why do I have to learn the game? People have done these. I'm saying these because people have done these in the past. They literally did it with Lost Soul Aside. They shall stay unnamed. But if you watch the review, I've never been so like discombobulated in my life that I heard someone complain about action in an action game. Someone is going to say, hey, the PC is ass. My game stutters and it doesn't run at 280 frames every second of the game. So therefore, negative review, don't recommend. And that's going to be your Steam review, right? I'm not saying PC's gaming has not been shit for the past few couple of years. There's been like 4 or 5 good games that came out on PC. Expedition 33 was one of them. That game was extremely optimized. Baldur's Gate was extremely optimized. Some games are optimized on PC, and most of them are not. One of the games I've worked on went through hell recently. It just got out of negative reviews. It shall stay unnamed because I'm still not sure if I can talk about. The game is out, by the way, but I don't know if I can talk about that process yet. So I'm just not going to say anything until I got the okay from higher ups. But yeah, it recently got out of negative reviews. Now it's in somewhat negative. If you know, you know then. But the thing is, the PC side is always individual to individual to individual. Because most people don't know how to troubleshoot PC. I'm not saying the game is flawless. That's never my point. My point is that PC has millions of parts in it, and everything has to match to a certain um, category or standard. It's probably a better word to use here. If you're using a 12-year-old like RAM, but you have a new 5090 in it, whatever the fuck, it's like, yeah, of course your game's gonna stutter because you have a dinosaur RAM in there. It's like, it's no, brother. Like something's not clicking with the rest of the things you built in your PC. Of course, shit's gonna act up. They don't recognize that. They don't process that, and they go like, "Hey, I'm stuttering. Fuck this game, bad." And that's gonna be your PC folks. They're gonna be like, "Oh, I lack the knowledge to make this work, so it's bad." You refuse to go on Google to do a search. You refuse to troubleshoot yourself. You refuse to even go on comment sections to see if it's a common problem or not. You just automatically say, hey, I could not have fun in the first 10 seconds of my experience, so this shit's ass. And that's been Steam in a nutshell. The only couple of times I've seen Steam actually be like justified is with Helldivers and a couple of Sony games where, they pulled the user base bullshit and people were like, I don't want to have a PSN account to play this game. So yeah. Again, these goes on reviews. These are all for reviews. The point of this video is when reviews drop, please don't watch anyone. Don't listen to anybody. I don't care if it's your husband. I don't care if that's your girlfriend making a review. I don't care if that's your father. I don't care if the guy's behind you with a shotgun telling you to watch his video. Ignore opinion pieces. Watch the gameplay. Don't listen to someone yap that's playing on easy mode, getting their ass pushed in. Watch someone that's playing the game like a normal playthrough. There's going to be a lot. A lot of people get the game early because they either work at GameStop or a gaming thing, Walmart, and the copies ship in a week before, or if not a month before. So the copies are in the back. So someone has pre-ordered the game, they grab their copy and just check out because they can. They legally can. As the public, we can't. It's legal issues. But if you're a store thing, you can grab your copy whenever, as soon as it's shipped, if you paid for it. That's pretty much done. I signed up when I was like 14 to 15, 16 at a GameStop just to do that. I got Naruto Storm Generations pre-ordered when the physical came. I grabbed it and I left. Nobody said something because I paid for it fully and I played it early. Like you can, that's the thing. So people are gonna get it early. People are gonna have strong opinions, and most specifically, as I said, the meta is the Souls folks. That's when in any action game, your beep beep guys are gonna be like, again. I don't want to name anybody, but your stooges are gonna be there. Your three stooges are gonna be there reviewing this shit, making a guide website on it too. Pretty shitty one. So keep that in mind. Yeah, I think you guys just caught on to what I'm talking about. But don't worry about what they say. Don't care about what they say. Because they're gonna say whatever they feel like it in the sense of what benefits them more. It's like Team Ninja's not gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna pay you $200 if you say the game is 10 out of 10. It's like, no, that doesn't fucking work like that, Mike. It does not work on that. They give them a review copy, review our game, and be nice about it. That's the guideline. They don't pay him under the table. It's like, yeah, put a good word. That's not how that works. So so shilling is a thing. Shilling is a thing. Some people that want to get on the good side of a company will absolutely defend it, like tooth and nail. But it doesn't work how you guys think. How I think you guys think. Some of you might have a clear view on this shit. But yeah, point I'm trying to make for the most part is get your hands on the game and play it for yourself. Because if you have Game Pass, it's gonna be there for free, man. Your chances are you already have Game Pass because you want to play something else. So just play the game. Don't watch anybody. Just play it. Because if you watch reviews, it's gonna put this landmine on your head. It's like, let's say, like, hey, Ryu's flying swallow travels too far. And I don't like that. And that's gonna be in your head. And so when you do a flying swallow in the game and you're gonna be like, oh yeah, it did travel so far. That's a bad thing, I guess. And then, no, brother, it's not. You're covering more distance. What's negative about it? I'm using an example. It's not going to be the same case. I'm just using an example. But because somebody said it's bad, it becomes your instinct to also think that shit's bad. Unless you're a rebellious little cool teenager, which you're going to disagree with everything. Whatever. The content creation meta with popular people has been that I have to say good things about this game and then bring up the bad stuff immediately. So they're gonna say like, "Hey, the game's okay. It's like 15 hours long. It's whatever. Not as long as I would like it to be." You see, like they immediately shifted to like, "Hey, it's not as long as I would like it to be, but it's 15 hours." Like, brother, if it was 80 hours long, you would have said it's a little too long for my liking. So it. That's what I'm talking about. It's like it's gonna be like shit. Like the combat's good, but immediately they can't let the game have something good about it. Immediately they're gonna shift it to something negative. But I didn't like if it was like this. It's shit like that. That's what I'm saying. If you see me play it, don't even click on my shit. Just get your hands on the game. If you're a Game Pass owner, if you want, and I'm still split on this, I'll probably do a poll to see which one do you guys want to see more, and I'm probably gonna find a middle ground anyways. When 4 drops, I'm gonna get it early because don't ask why. I will stream it. I want to know if you guys want for me to talk during it. Do you want me to shut up during it, period? Or do you want me to talk when there's no dialogue going on? I would go for the third one myself if I could help it, but if you guys majorly do not want to hear me say anything, I'll just no mic. I'll just type in chats if you guys have questions and I'll just play the game. That's my end. That's how I'm gonna bring light onto this game and how it plays. And I would like to think I know a little bit of something about action games, just a little bit of something, because I've been playing them ever since I was 7. So that is more than 2 decades of experience in this field. But point aside, before I start milking this a little bit more, because I've hammered the point in a lot. So my opinion, my suggestion to not sully this game on day one, because there has been a hate meta going on. That I love that parry in the meta. There is a hate meta going on right now with video games. It's like if it has one thing bad, people will hyper focus it so much. It's like the game could be 99% perfect, but that 1% will be the biggest topic of discussion for the next 2 weeks before the next thing drops, and those people hop off and start doing tricks on the other one, on the newer one, on the more meta one, because engagement, right? Your content creators basically fan the flame for this shit. They're like, hey, come talk about this shit in my comments. Hey, come like retweet my shit because I have hot takes on this topic. That's what they want. They just want the engagement piece. Right? I don't care if you retweet my shit. I don't care if you like my video. That's why you'll never hear me say, please, doing such and such and such. I don't care. If you like the video, do what you will. If you dislike it, do what you will. Right? That's like I'm here to talk about what I saw, something I like. And I am also here to prevent assholes from ruining the experience for everybody else. A couple of fans tried to do this with the whole weapon Ryu situation. I still see people saying, oh, Ryu doesn't have weapons. I'm like, motherfucker, they've confirmed this shit 6 times, vocally and verbally, that Ryu's weapons are going to be post game DLC, which keyword post game DLC, not part of the deluxe. So I'm thinking maybe they'll be free, but that remains to be seen. Speaking of Ryu, um, and I see a lot of people trying to turn the good of this game into bad and just hate on it. I don't understand that, and most of the takes are usually controversial and very contradictory too. So, block out the nonsense. I would say hates, but it might give the wrong impression if I use the word block out the hates. It's not the thing. Block out the nonsense. When someone says something that's clearly not true and it's just their own mind doing whatever the fuck it does to them, ignore it. Just let them be in their bubble. Let them believe what they want, and when they realize they're wrong, it's the most peaceful moment for them because they'd be like, "Oh, I was wrong." And now they don't have to battle people to justify themselves. Because if you're constantly on someone that, hey, you're wrong, they're just gonna try to defend themselves that, hey, I'm not, I'm right, fuck you, even though they know they're wrong. So, if people are being unreasonable, just don't talk. Just let them have it. I have some people in my comments sometimes too. They say stuff, and I'm like, I give you one comment, I give you one question. Why do you feel this way? They explain it or they don't, but that's it. I have had, I think, two people that have went from being hateful to, okay, now I see why you're talking like this guy, YouTube guy. I see it now. Thank you. They don't say thank you, but it's fine because now we're in a middle ground. That's what's important. The middle ground where we all are seeing the same thing and agreeing with the same things that's on screen. That's fine. If you still dislike it or like it, then that's that. That's agree to disagree. But the fact of the matter is in front of both of us and we're both acknowledging it. We're just deciding to feel different about it. That is an individual choice. Right? So if you have, the 08ers just hating on this game, let them hate it. Let them hate it. They have 2 games they can go back and play. 3 games, actually. Let them go back and play those. A lot of people dedicate themselves to retro gaming. Just let them play it. And that's the other side of the fence. So you're going to have the nobodies that don't know anything about action games besides what they've played within the past decade, which is just a soul slop of shit. Like, I love the visuals of Souls. Like, don't get me wrong. I think they're some of the most beautiful games ever created. Like, Elden Ring is magic to look at. If you go zoom in on a wall, it looks like dog shit. It looks like a PS1 game. But if you are looking at the big picture from a distance, no game matches that environment design. It's truly beautiful. Same with Bloodborne. Bloodborne looks like shit if you go like point blank with some with object. But once you're looking at like a clock tower or something in that game, it's beautiful, and that's artwork. That's magic. They're optimizing the game for it too, so it doesn't stutter. Like if you're trying to load in 4K textures, like your game is going to blow up your console or your PC. But getting off track, the point of it is that visuals is subjective. It's your preference. Music is subjective. It's your preference, and even cosmetics are extremely subjective. They are your preference. So if you see, someone on YouTube be like, I don't like it because it sounds like this, like that's their opinion. They don't like it. Let that's their opinion. Do not let it form your opinion. Listen to it. If it's music, look at it. If it's a customization of visuals, see if you like it. Decide for yourself. Think for yourself. That's all I'm asking in this very long and annoying video so far. Right? I hope I'm not bothering you guys with this topic, but I really do think that if I see a nonsensical hate train about this game, when it drops, and people complaining about the most bullshit things, as I said, like, oh, too many fights, too many weapons, too many mechanics. Like, if I hear these words in an action game as criticisms, like, especially like Ninja Gaiden, I'm gonna like just I'm gonna plug out. I'm done. Like, no, I don't want to like, interact with the fan base that thinks like that. But I don't think the fan base will act like that. I think it's just going to be those popular YouTubers that are going to be like, yeah, this is not exactly like this, so fuck this thing. It's not good. Don't recommend. And then it becomes your job to be like, hey, this guy's full of shit. I'm gonna go play this for myself. And if most of the population decides to think like that, it's a little bit better. We will have a lot more diversity in the gaming industry, in the sense of like we'll have different games that play differently, and not everything is battle royale, roguelike, and fucking shooters and shit, or souls like. Like action games made a return ever since like 2018, because you know some companies had the balls to make action games again in the era of souls like. But I feel like everybody should listen to this. Hold up, hold up. Look at that passion in that jump. Look at that passion in that jump. It just sounds awesome. He's 71 years old, not Ryu, the voice actor for Ryu. He is 71 years old, giving it his all. Just performing as best as he can still to this day. How can I hate on that? That's awesome. Like, I appreciate all this stuff with it. I look at this game and I'm like, I'll be damned if I let someone talk shit about the good points about this game. Which is exactly why I started the whole breakdown series, was because I was like, yo, why is everybody so hyper focused on Yakumo? Like, there's so much cool shit in this game. Like, let's talk about those. Which a lot of you seem to agree to. It's like, yeah, like, not a lot of people are talking about how good this game looks and feels. We don't even know how it exactly feels, but visually it feels good to look at. And from my couple friends that played it, soon me hopefully, um, people that have played it get addicted to this game. Like they just lose themselves. They're like, yeah, I need to play this more. It's like, or like, yeah, like this is the best feel Ninja Gaiden ever. Which again, if that statement could be a little subjective too, because if you like the feel of NG1, then none of the other ones are going to match it. Same with NG2 and same with NG3. They play vastly differently. They feel differently. 4 is going to be closer to 3, but it's going to also feel different. Gosh, his slide goes far, man. Yeesh, good. But the enemies do cover a lot more distance too, so it's kind of a nothing burger if I'm being honest. So look at Ryu. He's a calmer man. He doesn't kick the boxes like they owe him money. That's good. But I should probably bring this to an end because I don't want to blabber on it. But to TLDR it for you, TLDW, whatever. Too long to watch. Is when reviews drop, preferably don't watch them unless it's your friend that made it, or relative or something. And yeah, of course, support them. And if it's a favorite content creator, sure, man, click on the video, give them a like, and just leave. Don't listen to anybody's words on this thing. If you want to decide if it's worth your money, watch someone do a let's play, watch someone do a walkthrough, and preferably with no commentary, because in the heat of action, people get frustrated, people say stuff. One of the main reasons why I don't like streaming with my mic on, because I get really angry and I say some stuff I shouldn't say. But I am loving the game, right? It's not like me saying this fucking asshole, I hate this boss. It's not exactly what I mean. It's like I hate that boss in that one moment because it ruined what I was planning. I love the game, but it's pissing me off. It's kind of like that, and so that's why I say listen to or watch a no commentary gameplay of it, because you'll have a clear picture of the game, and you're not worried about interacting with this streamer dude and stuff like that. You just focus on the game itself. And reviews just don't care about them. Don't care about them. If there is optimization issues, trust me, social media will get flooded with it. So you don't even have to worry about that part of it. And if you're a Game Pass owner, you don't have to worry about that at all. Your game is free. Get the game. Can your rig handle it? No? All right. Upgrade or wait. Because they will optimize it regardless. Oh, that insta-killed. That insta-killed. I like that. That insta-killed. Cool. You can insta-kill with Blind Swallow. I wonder if it's just RNG again. I hope not. But yeah, it just have an open mind and have a mind of your own. Most importantly, um, I hope this video doesn't get too much attraction. I kind of don't want. I don't want to be negative, and I feel like this comes off as negative. But that's not the objective. The objective is me. I just want to prevent people from shitting on this game when the game comes out, because it is going to be a great game. I mean, can you like look at that? Look at these, man. Can you hate on this game? Maybe you'll have something I'll hate, and I'll bring it up. I will do a review of the game, but not before I finish it on every difficulty. I'm not gonna beat normal mode and be like, yeah, this game is awesome. Like, no, bro, I have no right to say anything after that. The only right I have to say anything about the game if I beat normal mode is that story was good. Thank you for watching. This has been a 5-second video. That's it. I can't really talk about the combat because I'm not experienced in the full scope of it. I'm fighting normal ass enemies. I'm fighting a neutered down game. You know, that's not fair. That's not a fair comparison. I'm not saying like beat the game on Master Ninja and like platinum it and have 5,000 hours. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm gonna need some time with it to have a valid opinion that's not fully shaped by emotions. Because I either get swept up by the hype or the hate of the struggle. Because when you're going for platinum runs, you develop some frustration there, some resentment there for certain things. And that's not how you feel. That's just how you feel currently because of the struggle you just went through. And vice versa. It's like you're playing through a game you like, you're going to be swept up by hype, so you're just going to overlook every bad thing with the game. And then later, as you're playing more, you're like, I actually fucking hate this thing in the game. I really dislike this. Why didn't I say that before? It's like, because you were too swept up. So it's because, you know, humans are emotional. They run on emotions and they have practically no control over it most of the time. And reviews are kind of like that. It's like, in most cases, funny enough, a lot of people that review Lost Soul Aside, they didn't even fucking finish the game because nobody got it early. I think I was one of the first persons that actually finished the game early. And I did a review on it because people kept asking. And I kind of wanted to prevent people from shitting on that game for no reason again, too. So, by all means, what I'm doing right now is a pre-production of my review. Is that, hey, if people are talking shit, I'm going to prove it wrong. And I did it in Lost Soul Aside. I was like, yo, like, half the shit people are saying just flat out lies. They're lying about the game. And you bet your ass they're going to lie about Ninja Gaiden. Because it's not Souls. Because it's not exactly what they want to play. Because the Ryu doesn't have a roll and 3 strings in his weapons. It's like, you know, I'm a sound elitist here, but like, if you play Souls-like games, you don't comprehend the complexity of a fucking hack and slash game. You just don't. If you exclusively play like Souls-like games, I'm not saying you don't have the capability of beating one. Understanding the complexity of hack and slash games is completely different from being able to play a game. You can play Ninja Gaiden 3 on almost any difficulty and graveyard spin your way to victory. Does that mean you're good at Ninja Gaiden 3 or did you just beat me? You can UT spam your way through 80% of Ninja Gaiden 2 minus bosses. Does that mean you know how to play the game? Or did you just know how to abuse? You get what I'm saying? It's kind of the same thing. It's like, dude, like, you don't know how the game actually works. You just got through it. That doesn't give you a right to have a like set in stone opinion on it. But opinions are very, very a hot topic, and people really care about their fucking opinion. So, you know, if you have an opinion, give me one on this video. Am I full of shit? Am I talking out of my ass? Am I being too arrogant? Am I being ignorant? Am I being closed-minded? Whatever you think, lay it on me, because I'll be sure to read it and I'll give you a response, because I always do that. I'm not farming engagement. I just want to know how my audience thinks, honestly. So if you don't want to validate that, don't comment. That's fine too. Just call me a piece of shit under your breath and close my video. I hope you have a fun day, I guess. This thing I wanted to bring up. Hopefully he perfect dodges anytime now. But Ryu has a completely iframe move, which is this: you cannot be hit during that move. You cannot be hit during this fucking move. Boom, boom, boom. That is iframe. That is fully iframe. You know how I know? Because I saw it on 3 different instances, and he did not get hit. And the most infamous case of this being his move, Ashura's Wrath. Cool. It's gonna be a little bit wild find it, but perfect dodge into that attack, and I think Yakumo has one too. Here's the clip. Oh god, please don't be too loud. Pause. Oh my gosh, max volume. Yeah, I'm gonna mute. I'm just gonna. It's here because I watch this shit too much. But look at this. He gets immediately bombarded. Everything was swinging at him, but he still got that off. You see? You can't see it there, but it is this animation right here. It is this animation right here. Dodges. I think I skipped it. It was right here. Yep. Bum bum bum. It's that animation, and you do have iframe through it, but I think the iframe ends when your second slash comes out. But yeah, I would love to sit here and talk about everything all over again. I might do it on a stream, not a Ninja Gaiden 4 stream. I might do it on a stream if people want to have like actual active dialogue with me on this thing, on this matter. But yeah, don't. I've talked to a bunch of people in the community too. I've told them to like ignore or avoid interacting with people that are just trying to start shit regarding this game. It doesn't need that publicity right now. It doesn't need a bad community. It doesn't need to clash with other communities. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, if you know what I'm talking about. This is a hack and slash game. We don't need to clash with other hack and slash games or Souls like games. There is a place for both games, both types of games. There's an audience for both types of games, and we should just live in fucking harmony and leave each other alone. Because if you don't like one thing, don't try to yuck someone's like or whatever the saying is, right? If I like Ninja Gaiden and you like Neo, which usually the fan base for in this case likes both games, but I'm using the point. If you like fucking Elden Ring and I like Binding of Isaac, don't say Binding of Isaac is ass because you just don't like it, right? Case in point here is being like, hey, if you're a DMC fan, don't say Ninja Gaiden's ass. If you're a Ninja Gaiden fan, don't say DMC's ass. Just play your game. If one is not your cup of tea, don't worry about it. I'm sure if you come back to it at a later date, you might enjoy playing it once, at least, which has been the case recently. A lot of people have discovered revisiting old games. It's a very cool thing you can do by, attending to your backlog. But I'll try to end this on thing because I already TLDR it. Again, if you need another TLDR, don't give a shit about anybody's opinion. Form your own. So reviews are out. It's like, hey, like Ninja Gaiden beat normal mode review. Don't click on it. Legitimately, just don't click on it. Ignore it. Search up Ninja Gaiden 4 walkthrough part 1. Watch the video. See how it plays. See how it sounds. See how the story is. See how the combat is. And be like, yeah, I don't mind spending a little bit of money on this. Maybe not 80, maybe not 100, maybe not 60. Maybe I'll get it on a sale. Or maybe I'll just buy Game Pass and play for free. Do smart things. Do smart things like that. You could just, be like me and watch someone play like shit and be like, let me fucking play this game myself real quick. And then proceed to do worse. It's never the case. I don't perform bad when I play. I do get unlucky a lot though. Skill issue. But yeah. So this is in mission 2. Interesting. Okay, good to know. This is the start of this is the start of mission 2. Are you fucking kidding me? Anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. There's a lot more I can talk about with this topic, but it's just I don't want to cover it, man. I'd rather talk about this stuff on stream because if it gets too steamy, I can always delete the vlog on it because I do get a little preachy when it comes to it, as I've said 6 times so far. I do get preachy with these stuff because I believe a lot people like to yap a lot. I do believe a lot of people are behind the keyboard really comfortable yapping and not backing up what they say. And that creates a lot of misinformation in the online world. And a lot of people don't want to bother searching stuff for themselves, so they just go based off that information. And that just creates an echo chamber of misinformation and just lies. And I don't like to live in that, personally. And I hope you guys don't either. But if that's how you get through the day, I guess I hope your life leads somewhere good for your sake. But with that said, I'm gonna end this. I had so many videos lined up just in case too, because I was fully expecting this to go on for like an hour, which I think it almost did. Yeah, it's 49 minutes. So yeah. With that said, thank you for listening to me rambling. I'm gonna get the game early. I will get the game early. How early, I don't know. I still won't be able to stream it or anything if it's, the embargo has not lifted. So don't expect me to post leaks. Don't expect me to talk about it. Don't expect me to do anything I'm not supposed to. When the embargo gets lifted and people are allowed to stream it, I'll stream it. I'll go live instantly with a fresh playthrough for you guys, and I'll play the game as authentic as possible. So no costumes, no weapons, nothing changing. I'm playing the game fully as intended. I will, however, showcase those things if need be at a certain point of like a training mode or something. But for the most part, my first playthrough is going to be changing nothing besides my camera speed and maybe some buttons. That's it. My camera speed, I like it on the highest possible setting because I would like to use my thumb the least because I'm too busy pressing buttons. But yeah, that being said, take care, people, and have a wonderful day. And if there's more news, I'll cover it. I have 2 notifications. What are the chances it's Team Ninja? Darn. All right, we'll be back. We'll be back. This is how I usually go by. I check my notification. I'm like, Team Ninja? I bet. Let's start the video. That's the process. Now you learn my YouTube secrets. Take care, people. See you next time.